Hey guys, today's video is my thoughts on medication treatment for things like depression, anxiety. Um, I'll tell you firsthand that first thing you want to do when it comes to should I get on medication, should I get on drugs like Zoloft, should I get on drugs like antidepressants? Um, the number one thing you have to look at is what's my current situation. It's just like a flower. If you take a flower and you plant that flower in good soil, which is a good environment, that flower is going to thrive. You know, it's got sunshine, it's got everything it needs, it's going to thrive. If you take that same exact flower and you put it in a garbage bag full of coffee grounds and other garbage, that flower is going to wither. It's the same thing with us human beings. So many of you women out there, it's a huge population of women over the age of 30. I'm going to say over the age of 30. Did you know that women are the highest prescribed women of drugs like Zoloft after age 30? Um, in my personal opinion, most of this is life related, which means it's the lifestyle that these women are living that's making them depressed. Um, like, for example, you can't have friends that are abusing you emotionally. You know, they call you a cunt, they call you a bitch, they say you're ugly, they say you're fat. I know a person that calls my sister a pig. So this is you can't have this sort of lifestyle and operate a normal life. Um, that's probably why, like, my sister called me today and said that I should get on Zoloft, because she takes Zoloft. The reason why she takes Zoloft is because her friends treat her like garbage. That's why I did today's video, guys. I guarantee if you were to take my sister and put her in a healthy environment where nobody was abusing her, nobody was calling her a pig, which one of her former boyfriends recently sent her a message and told her she was a pig. Even though she's not even fat, she's literally not fat at all. This person's just an abuser. He's just a complete scumbag. That's why she's on Zoloft, because she's being abused. That's why a lot of women out here on the streets are most likely on Zoloft, because they're being abused. You can't be in these negative environments and thrive. You can't have negative friends and thrive. Um, so that's my answer to why most of these women, probably age 30 or above, are on all these antidepressants, all these medications like Zoloft, things like that. Um, because of the boyfriends they have that are abusive, because of the husbands they have that are abusive, maybe their ex-husband's abusive, maybe their baby daddy's abusive, he's in the background calling him a bitch, calling him a whore, calling him a pig. In this particular situation, one of her former boyfriends gets mad that she won't come over and fuck him, even though he's a complete piece of shit. um, my sister should cut ties with this person. Do you see how abusive that type of language is to her? That's probably why she is on Zoloft and why she's telling me I should get on Zoloft. Because, she thinks it works for her when in reality, she's just medicating her situation. If she wasn't around abusive guys, if she wasn't dating a highly abusive man, this guy constantly cuts her down, constantly is abusive to her, constantly is mean to her. If this wasn't happening, she probably wouldn't be depressed. She probably wouldn't need to take the antidepressant medication that she's on. Um, because she wouldn't be in an abusive environment. I guarantee if I put her in a thriving apartment, a thriving house with kind, sweet people around her, loving people around her that were helping her meet her needs. Because oftentimes she doesn't have enough money to do laundry, so she'll have 10 bags of laundry stacked up. Um, this is all stuff that can make you depressed, guys. And then my family, they tend to shy away from my sister because she can be a little behavioral, so they start ignoring her because of her behaviors. I don't know what causes the behaviors, probably just her stress. But then they start ignoring her. My family starts ignoring her, starts not inviting her to parties, not inviting her to Christmas parties. And then she starts getting severely depressed. And this is what's led to the whole I got to get on Zoloft for her, because she's not in a good environment. She has family that's semi abusive to her. She has her boyfriend that's abusive to her in the background. He's a complete fucking loser. And she's dating this guy. He's cutting her down daily, calling her a pig, calling her a bitch, calling her a whore. You can't have friends like this and live a happy lifestyle, guys. You can't have friends like this and be happy. That's why she's on the med she's on. She's on an antidepressant. I was a little offended when she called me this morning and told me I should get on Zoloft. That's why I'm doing this video. Um, to tell you that most likely that's why she's on that medication. That's why women above the age of 30 are on those medications. They're on Zoloft. They're on this. They're on that. Um, because of the situation they're in, guys. They're being physically abused. They're being emotionally abused. They're being treated like shit. You know what I mean? And that's why women are the highest consumers of Zoloft, drugs like Zoloft. Over the age of 30, it's women that are the highest prescribed to Zoloft. Me personally, I don't trust any of these drugs. I don't trust the government. I don't trust the FDA. I don't trust the doctors. I don't trust any of these people. That's why I don't take any antidepressants. Yes, I do have up and down emotions, but to me, that's normal. To me, that's being a human being. I don't expect to be happy every day of the week. I don't expect to be, on top of the world every day of the week. Um, so guys, that's going to wrap up today's video. Is you need to get yourself in a good environment. If you want to be happy, if you want to get off these antidepressants, why don't you break up with the abuser? Why don't you break up with the person calling you a whore, calling you a pig, text messaging you saying you're a pig? I literally seen one of her text messages recently where this boyfriend was calling her a pig. I'd like to punch this guy in his fucking face because that's my sister he's talking about. These guys have no respect for these women out here on the street, and someday they're going to run into brothers like me and get their fucking ass beat. Um, so that's what's going to happen. Anyway, guys, if you like videos like this, you can like, subscribe, and share. Remember to get into that good garden, get into that good apartment, get into that good house. If you have people in your life that are abusing you, break up with them. If you have friends that are just using you for sex, break up with them. If you have boyfriends just using you for sex, break up with them. You don't deserve to be treated like a piece of ass. You don't deserve to be treated like a prostitute. I guarantee if you were to take my sister and put her in a healthy environment, she would no longer need these antidepressant medications. It's the people she's surrounding herself with that is causing anxiety and depression that's causing her to want to use those drugs.